Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. Now today I wanted to go over some recent news around some of the stocks I hold that might be of interest to you, and also a quick portfolio update at the end. So grab a drink, sit down, and let's go through the news together. Hey guys, thanks for sticking with me. My name's Ben, and if you're new here, I'd like to take the time to invite you to click the like and subscribe button if you find anything in this video useful, and also a comment below would be great and really helps me out, and I'd like to hear from you. So the first story is kind of a continuation of one that we featured in last week's video around Abbvie, and that is that Abbvie have managed to appeal 572 million euros to the Tax Appeals Commission. They have said that the Tax Appeals Commission was out of its jurisdiction. This has sparked Abbvie into making counterclaims and requests such as the assessment made in July 2020 to be quashed, declarations against the revenue commissioners, and also they are seeking declaration from the court that the 587 million euro assessment raised against them is unlawful and invalid. I have also added some links below, so feel free to check them out, see what additional information you can find out that I may have missed. And obviously I will be trying to keep up to date on the story, so as things come out I'll post it here, so make sure to come back and check them out. And also, they have stated that this will be happening around the middle to end of March, so it'd be worth keeping an eye out closer to that time. So, sticking with the medical theme, let's move on to a story from Amgen. It seems that Amgen have entered into a licensing and collaboration agreement with Evoque Therapeutics. This is a deal comprised of around $240 million that will be paid in a combination of upfront and also milestone payments. This will give Amgen exclusive rights to be able to access autoimmune programs, some of which that have shown breakthrough efficacy in the autoimmune diseases, including a preclinical model for multiple sclerosis. As you can imagine, this would be great for Abbvie if they could add any of these products to their growing autoimmune sector. And next, we move on to a little bit of finance, and we've got a report from Investing Cube that states that Barclays is likely to drop to as low as 140 before slowly rebounding. This is due to the rising concerns that people have around the UK lowering their interest rate and potentially going negative with it. It's worth mentioning that this doesn't just affect Barclays, it is slowly spreading across other UK banks as a lot of investors in the sector are starting to price in the lower interest rates. For me, I'm not personally concerned. As long as the bank's financials still seem to look alright and they have an okay outlook, I'm still happy to hold, and potentially, depending what price it does drop to, I might even pick a few more up. So now we move on to a quick story from Carnival Cruise Line that is semi-concerning, and that is around 3 of their top executives selling shares to the tune of $2.6 million. This being the CEO, who sold 62,639 shares, which amounts to around 26% of his shares. We've got the CFO, who dropped 14,215 shares, which is around 40% of the shares that they currently hold, and the General Counsel Secretary, who sold around 30% of the shares that they own. It must be said that this doesn't include any of the shares that they currently hold in any trusts, but it is slightly concerning when 3 of the top executives sell around 30% of the shares that they hold. And I thought I'd end on a bit of a happy one. So this is a good one from Store Capital, and essentially they've managed to claim back 91% of all of their rents that are due, as well as their interest. Obviously, this is good news overall because it means that the areas they've invested in have been able to make their return payments. Obviously, while this is going on, that's a good amount because 91% while the pandemic is still going on means that we would expect that to increase and improve as the vaccine is rolled out across the country. So thanks for sticking with me, and I hope so far you found something interesting in the video. However, I will also be going over a quick portfolio update in a minute, but I'd just like to take the time to invite you to press the like and subscribe button if there was anything useful in the video so far, or a critique or a comment down below would also be appreciated. So looking at my ISA on Trading 212, we can see that I have had a change in portfolio value from £2,019.79p up to £2,034.39p, though that is mainly from the fact that I added in some money of my own to invest in. So we really need to look at my return change as opposed to my portfolio value. So looking at my actual return, we can see that it has dropped from 4.51% down to 4.01%. As normal, I'm not particularly fussed about this. I generally don't plan on selling my shares. So if they drop up and down throughout the month, I'm not particularly fussed. Though it is always nice to see them overall in the green because it means I haven't lost money. Though I would prefer them in the red because I could buy more cheaper. So mixed feelings on the whole thing. In regards to purchasing, the only thing that I picked up last week was 0.9 shares of a mega healthcare investor, and before that the only thing that I picked up was CVS the week before. The main reason for this is that both of these companies have ex-dividend dates this month and payments due in February, which means that I'll get those sweet pennies back sooner and then I can get them into more companies to pay out quicker. Talking of payments and dividends, I had a fair few last week come in on the 19th. And in total we had 8 payments with a total return of £2.73p. Running through the list, we do have Cardinal Health, who paid 30p, we have Main Street Capital paying their monthly dividend of 64p. Medtronic, who paid a lovely 1 penny. Another few monthly payers, these ones being Realty Income with 44p, Pembina Pipeline with 21p, and Stag Industrials with 30p. We also have Store Capital, who we spoke about earlier. They paid out a total of 45p. And finally, GlaxoSmithKline, or GSK, who dished out a nice 38p. So that's it for the portfolio update, and I'd like to thank you for staying this long. I hope you found something in the news interesting, and I hope some of the insights into my portfolio might be interesting. If you have any suggestions or recommendations, please do drop them in the comments below, and please remember to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next week.